Hey everyone, welcome to another fantastic installment
Yes, it is.
of Radio Free Decipher.
This is Evan Lorenz.
I'm sorry. And this is Kyle Hoyer.
See, we keep trying to do this in the hopes that you will eventually learn to tell our voices apart.
Well, and the other thing is that I kind of wanted to, every time I start a Radio Free Decipher, I always feel like we get into a pattern or something.
Yes, we do.
So we got to say something different or unique or whatever. And
okay.
I wind up always saying the same thing.
Well, then we'll stop with that or something. So what's up?
Working hard on Star Trek Second Edition.
Yes, the new list.
I'm
not sure if most people know about it, I would hope by now, but in case you're finding out about it for the first time here, there is an advanced product information list that Kyle here busily writes on
each morning.
Yes. So. And that started up at the beginning of this week.
Yep,
Monday was the first one.
Yep. So are you finding them entertaining? Are you on the list?
Yeah, I'm on the list.
And other than my continual mistakes in every single one.
It's all right, man, but,
It's like I forget the attribute numbers or give the wrong card number or some goofy thing every day. And, all right, got to remember, try and remember it this time, and then I screw something up. And then got to remember this time, and then, make a misspelling.
But you haven't made the same mistake twice, right?
That's true. I have not made the same mistake twice. So eventually, I will weed out all the possible mistakes that I can make, and then won't make any more.
Oh, there are so many possible mistakes.
But for those of you that are on the list, I hope you're enjoying them. Mm-hmm. And for those of you that are not on the list, why not?
Get on board.
And you can find out how to become or how to get on the Star Trek Second Edition info list by going to the Star Trek Second Edition of Decipher.com and signing yourself up for it.
Okay.
Pretty easy, and
cool.
It's hopefully lots of fun. Get some pretty cool insights into what's going on here in the office. So.
Yes. Now, as I think you've said on the list, this coming Monday is a very big day for Second Edition information.
It is the day. One of the days.
One of the days. On Monday, what do we have going up? We've got complete card list.
The complete card list. We have
the rule book. We also have
the downloadable demo decks.
Yes, there are actually 4 decks. There are 2 demo decks and 2 sample decks. Mm-hmm. And the difference is the demo decks are aimed, basically, if you are wanting to take these and then demo to somebody who's not familiar with a CCG.
Or learn how to play yourself.
Right. These are, if you already play CCGs, you don't want to look at the demo decks, frankly. These are designed to be quite straightforward and useful as a tool for you to demo to, say, a Star Trek fan or a game player who is not familiar with CCGs as a whole. If you are, and that's any CCG, whether it's First Edition, Star Trek, or any other product out there, you're going to want to check out the sample decks instead. They're a little bit more involved, show off a little bit more of the strategy and relations of the game, and they are both they both have a Cardassian deck, both the sample and the demo decks. Then there is a Federation demo deck to go with the Cardassian one, and on the sample deck side, there is a sort of a DS9 next generation treaty sort of thing. These are basically minor revisions to the same sample decks that we were using at DecipherCon. Mm-hmm. So you'll want to check those out on Monday.
Lots of stuff that day.
Yes.
So that means that all the cards that are in the demo and sample decks will also get posted on the card list. So this Monday you are going to get a plethora of new cards.
Yeah, it's many, many dozens of cards are being shown on Monday, so that's going to be a big day.
Mm-hmm.
All right. What else?
Ooh.
In DVD land, the special edition of Fellowship of the Ring came out this last week,
and we had a fun little viewing party on Wednesday. That was nice.
With
the sound up very, very loud, which was neat.
It was interesting.
The Balrog sounds scary.
There have always been these sort of talk around the office about how the extended edition is going to have all this extra footage in it, which is great, but we're not going to be able to use it until, after we're, year 4, as we say, in design, because we have year 2 entirely devoted to the Two Towers and year 3 of the game entirely devoted to Return of the King. But the fact is we're watching some of this extended footage, there's a fair amount of shots from it that are already on cards.
I'm waiting for Sam's rope.
Yes, Sam's rope.
And Merry and Pippin's dagger thingies.
Yeah.
That'd be good.
Yeah, but there's a lot of little shots sprinkled in there, especially in the premiere set, Fellowship of the Ring, that happened to come from the extended footage.
Stuff. Bill Ferny.
Bill Ferny.
Additionally, other interesting news that's Lord of the Rings related is the Race to Mount Doom. The new League kit for Lord of the Rings is now available. The home version of it is now available for purchase on the Decipher store.
Okay.
So you go to www.decipher.com, and at the very top there's these little toolbars that
Shop
say
online.
Lord of the Rings, Star Trek, etc., etc. There's one that says Shop Online. Click on that one, and the home kit is there. And there's a lot of really cool things about the League kit, especially the home version. But one of the reasons why I know all you guys are going to want it is because it is one of the only places to get the AI, Aowen, and Faramir foil cards.
Yes.
So if you are a completist, you're gonna have to,
you're gonna want to check them out.
You're gonna want to check out the Race to Mount Doom home kit, and it's fun. It is a lot of fun. We're playing it here in the office right now too.
Yeah, I've seen that the big mat on the wall.
I lost both my first games, so I'm still on site 1, and I'm only got 2 points.
You were testing this deck against Brad on the weekend, and
it was good. It was working. It was working shop like a machine, and then I didn't test it against Urks and ran into 2 Urk decks and just got blown away.
Ouch.
Yep, what can you do? So.
All right.
But it's good stuff.
So, we have an interview coming up today.
That's right. Very cool guy and head of the fan club division here at Decipher.
Yes, that would be Dan Madsen.
That's right.
I believe we have had him on once before.
We've had him on as well, but there's lots of stuff going on with the fan clubs right now, so we wanted to give him a call and chat him up a little bit and say hi and see what's going on over there with the fan clubs.
Okay.
Okay, we are joined now by phone by Dan Madsen. How are you today?
Great, Evan. How are you?
I'm very well, thank you.
Good.
And you are in charge of all the fan club business for Decipher.
Right.
We've had you on. It's been a little while since you joined us on Radio Free Decipher.
Yeah, I think the last time was when we announced the business, the sale of the business to Decipher.
Outstanding. Well, how has that gone so far?
Outstanding. We've been doing extremely well, and the launch of the Lord of the Rings fan club last November. We're on about our 1-year anniversary now of the launch of the Lord of the Rings fan club, and it has been a real labor of love for everyone involved. We're currently putting together our 6th issue of the Lord of the Rings fan club magazine. And we have just launched a brand new Lord of the Rings fan club online store site, which is updated from the old one, and it has a lot of great new functions and allows our customers to order product in a much more accessible way. So we're very excited. It's an exciting time. And on the Star Trek side of things, Star Trek just continues to grow and evolve. We've launched our online Star Trek store just yesterday, in fact. The Star Trek Communicator continues to grow and evolve, and we're working on the launch of a new fan club membership kit here sometime in the next several months.
That's all outstanding. Very busy. Now, I know some of this work on the new the fan club website updates was going on DecipherCon weekend.
Oh, it sure was. There were people working their tails off while the convention was going on. So it's been a lot of work. There's been a number of people, all the way from Warren Holland all the way down, that have been working extensively to make these stores more operational and increase the functionality of them, as well as working on adding a lot of new exciting product and working on exclusive products that people can't find anywhere but through the fan club.
Okay, and just in case people don't have the address, how are they going to link to there?
Well, they'll certainly go to www.lotrfanclub.com, and they'll go directly to the store. One of the great things about the Star Trek store is that it is accessible through the official Star Trek website as well.
Okay.
So you can go to StarTrek.com, click on shopping, and you go right to our store.
Excellent. Okay, well, very cool. People definitely want to check that out. And you said there's some new merchandise that's exclusive to the club coming up for the holiday season?
There is. One of the things that I'm particularly excited about on the Lord of the Rings store is our Maps of Middle-earth, which is
That's been a much anticipated item, I know.
It is. I think it's one of the coolest products, in fact, that's out in the marketplace right now with regards to Lord of the Rings. There's 6 17 by 22 inch collector's maps that are done by Daniel Reeve, who was the map designer and calligrapher on the Lord of the Rings films. And I met Daniel when I was in New Zealand covering the films for the Fan Club magazine, and I interviewed Daniel, and he is an amazing guy, and the talent that he has, and these maps are just absolutely incredible. I mean, you not only would a fan want to have these just for the collection, but they're so handsome that you can frame them, put them on your wall. They're just a real nice addition to a.
You also get some better glimpses of his work in the new extended edition of the movie on DVD.
You sure do. Absolutely correct. He's a unique talent, and he was a computer programmer before Lord of the Rings came along. He had this unique talent, and they discovered him, and now he's making a career out of it, and he's an enormous talent.
Outstanding.
And I'm glad that we've been able to get him to do some exclusive stuff for us as well.
Great. Now, you said you met him on a trip down to New Zealand. This was recent for you?
In the end of June, early July, I flew down to New Zealand and spent about 11 days while they were doing the pickup shots for the 2 towers.
Okay.
And I interviewed probably between 30 to 40 people for the Fan Club magazine, of which members will be able to read throughout probably all of next year. But, many of the unsung heroes, we interviewed all the big names, as well as many of the unsung heroes, the behind-the-scenes crew that you haven't heard their stories as much about. And each issue of the magazine, we're featuring some of these interviews so that people can get a real glimpse of what really went into the making of these movies. And it's an amazing story. It's much more involved than what I think has even been out there in other books and magazines up to this point.
Yeah, indeed. We've had a couple of people. Warren here in the office has gotten to go down to New Zealand too, and they always come back with interesting stories about the way they work down there.
It is. It's a whole different way of working than the Hollywood machine, and I don't think these movies could have been made in Hollywood like they were in New Zealand. And it's a credible story, and the Fan Club magazine is going to be a great source to read about how these movies got made by many people who had never worked on a film before, including Daniel Reeve, who we just spoke about, doing the Middle-earth maps, had never worked on a film ever.
Wow.
And this was his very first time doing this, and he's become quite well known now as a result of it.
That's outstanding. So I guess you could say a lot of people, because they weren't known, they kind of brought new perspectives, new creativity to the process.
Without question, that is absolutely true.
Speaking of the Fan Club magazine, there's actually a miniaturized Hobbit-sized version of it in the special collector's DVD.
Absolutely correct, which is pretty exciting. We've got an interview with Peter Jackson in there and such, and yeah, it's kind of not only is it a little collector's mini magazine, but it's a way for us to show those people who haven't joined the Fan Club just kind of what they're going to get when they join. It's a really handsome little mini magazine. It's really cute. It's a cute little mini magazine that I think collectors would want as addition to people who had never seen the Lord of the Rings Fan Club magazine.
Great. Okay, so contrast all of this going on with, I imagine you're also very deeply involved in seeing the finishing touches that are getting put on Nemesis here for Star Trek. Star
Trek Nemesis, from everything I'm hearing, is being described as the best Star Trek film since The Wrath of Khan. I think that fans are in for a real treat with this one. It's, of course, without giving away any plot details, everyone knows that the Romulans are returning in this film, and the Romulans return with a great vengeance, and it's a great, the new designs for the Romulans and their ships are just incredible. And in fact, that's one of the things that we're offering in the Star Trek Fan Club. What we've just done, an exclusive product that we're doing, is a new art print by starship designer John Eaves of the Enterprise approaching the new Romulan ship, and it's just an incredible piece of art. And of course, John designed all of the ships for this new film, and he's just an amazing artist. At any rate, we're offering an art print of that, but it's I think Star Trek Nemesis is really going to do a lot of great things for the Star Trek property.
That is going to be a nice 5-day period at the box office there when you get to go see both that and the Two Towers.
It's really exciting for us with the fan club studio, because both of the things that we're so actively involved in from a variety of standpoints, Star Trek and Lord of the Rings, have these two films, which, like you say, are just within days apart of opening. So it's a really exciting time for us, because a lot of interest in everything that we do comes down to this period of time as these films are opening.
Great. I understand there's also a little personal excitement in your life right now. You've recently gotten married?
I did, yeah.
Congratulations.
As a result of Lord of the Rings.
Oh, really? Tell that story.
Well, I had flown out last March to attend the Academy Awards party that the One Ring and Decipher was putting on at the Hollywood Athletic Club, and so I was there to represent Decipher in the fan club studio. And we had many of our fan club members there. Many of them who called themselves the Fellowship of 22 had come from all over the world to attend this gathering and cheer on Lord of the Rings at the Academy Awards. And it just so happened to be that one of those was a lovely young lady who has turned out to be my wife. And I met her at that party, and we remained in contact, and she eventually moved to Denver, where I'm based. And we were married on September 21st, so I have Lord of the Rings to thank for finding me creating a real fairy tale for me.
Well, congratulations. And I hear that Kyle was kind of trying to come between you, that he was like pulling you away from her that night.
That's right. Kyle wanted me to leave early, and I was sitting there talking with my future wife, and he was like, "It's time to go," and I'm like, "Oh, okay, it's time to go." I really didn't want to go, but it was all fate.
It was.
It was all fate. It was the way it was supposed to happen.
Well, that's great. Great story. Okay, well, again, congratulations, and I hope that, thanks again for telling us all about the exciting news coming up for Fan Club.
There's a lot of exciting things to look forward to in 2003 with both of these fan clubs, so we'll want people to stay tuned to all of the various ways through the website and the magazine and press releases and such, because there's a lot of great things happening around the fan clubs.
Outstanding. Thank you very much, Dan.
All right. Take care.
Good interview, man.
Thank you. Usually you get to do the phone interviews.
Yeah, that was good. You might have to do all the interviews from now on.
Well, way back when Calvin, those of you who are long-time Radio Free Decipher listeners will know that Calvin Sanders, who used to be a integral part of programming and web around here, he used to do RFB, and he had it all configured where we could just speak directly into the microphone, like real radio hosts do, and you would be able to hear that on the phone. But now we are technically impaired and lost without him, and so we basically play past phone receiver around when we do an interview. So now there's only the one of us that gets to do the interview.
I also got to say, in all fairness, if Dan would have told me that, hey, this is my future wife, man, I'd have stayed longer.
Yeah, we know you're just evil that way.
No, it was like, at that point, though, it was like 1:30 in the morning.
Wow.
So in all fairness, it wasn't like I'm trying to get out of there at 10 or 11 o'clock.
Well, hey, it's like you said, it was fate, so
yeah.
I'm sure he forgives you.
That's all good.
Okay.
Congratulations, Dan.
Okay, so there you have it. Watch for all the exciting news in the fan club site. The big unveiling of gobs of Star Trek CCG 2nd Edition info on Monday. And we
Race to Mount Doom.
Race to Mount Doom League.
Go and get it. Only $15. Get those cool cards.
Okay.
Play lots of fun games in your house.
Pele, as in soccer?
That's right, buddy.
Okay.
All right. That is going to do it for us this week. And next week, we'll be back.
Have a great weekend.